Blessings, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for joining me today for our October free practice. If you'd like to grab some props, I'll kind of go through a few of them, but we're going to start out just in a comfortable cross-legged seat. If you want to grab any of these props, then you can pause the video and go get them. Otherwise, you can meet me here if you already have them. We have Dusty Sam here. I see you. But some props that you might like to have just to start with would be maybe a towel or yoga blankets or a bolster. If you don't have any of those things, don't worry. You don't necessarily need them, but they can be nice to assist you. And if you don't have actual yoga stuff, that's okay. You can grab whatever you have around the house as well. Other things that are nice to have are these blocks, which you can't see because it's kind of the same color as my wall here. There we go. But again, not necessary. And then maybe a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use like a belt or a tie or anything like that. Anything. And it does not have to have a loop. I'm just lazy and haven't taken the loop out. I'm not lazy, I just haven't taken the loop out. So again, if you'd like to grab any of those things, feel free to pause the video, do that, come back. Otherwise, we're gonna start here and just center ourselves. If you would like to sit up on a yoga blanket or any blanket or a pillow, you can. That's sometimes really nice on the knees, but again, I'll leave that up to you. All right, so to start, we're just gonna drop our pin here on the mat, let go of anything that's happened in your day thus far, and also let go of worrying about things that you need to do after practice. Just really try and focus your attention on being present and just being in your body during this practice. You can place your hands on your knees. Palms can be facing up or down. It doesn't matter. Whatever feels comfortable to you. I have a Fritz here, so I'm going to put a hand on his head and give him a little pet. If it feels safe in your body, you can also close down your eyes. If not, then maybe just soften your gaze. And we'll take just a few moments to focus on the breath. We'll try not to focus on Sam squeaking, whatever it is he's squeaking out there. Really put your attention on your inhale and then also your exhale. Trying to block out any noise or distractions around you. I have plenty. You can try and not focus on my distractions either, if you maybe don't have distractions. I feel like there's always distractions though. He's literally quiet this entire day until now. As soon as I start talking to a screen, he's like, I must make all the noise. You guys might not be able to hear him, but maybe. We'll just go with it. All right, let's take one more big inhale together. And then exhale, just sigh it out, letting it all go. All right. If your eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open them back up. I have no dogs right now, so that's great. We're going to go ahead and just kind of stretch out a little bit before we get into our practice. So go ahead and just place your right hand down on your mat beside you. We'll reach our left arm up overhead towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale. And then on the exhale, go ahead and bend over to the right, feeling a nice stretch in your left side body. And breathe. Only go as far as it feels comfortable to you, so you don't have to go too far, depending on your body. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, return to center. We'll take just a breath here, compare both sides. My left side now feels longer than my right. All right, and then when you're ready, let's place our left arm or our left hand down to the mat. We'll reach our right arm up overhead. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, we will come across the midline towards the left side, feeling a nice stretch in our right side body. Keep breathing. Still squeaking. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, go ahead and return back to center. Whew. All right, so we are gonna lie down for just one moment. So go ahead and lay down on your back. And we're gonna take our right foot and just cross that ankle over our left knee. Now, for some, this is gonna be enough. If you'd like a little more, you can bring that left leg up, shin parallel to the ceiling. If you'd like a little more, you can grab either behind the left thigh or maybe around the left shin. Again, listen to your body, only go as far as it feels comfortable to you. Your body today, we're just stretching out the side of our right glute. I did leg day a couple of days ago, so my my glutes are pretty sore today. I have that DOMS going on. Remember to keep breathing wherever you're at. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, go ahead and slowly let your feet return to the mat, and we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna take my left foot this time. I'm gonna cross that ankle over my right knee, and then I can lift up that shin, and then again, you can either grab behind the leg or in front. You can listen to your body. You'll know when you feel that stretch. Right here on this side feels good to me. This side's a lot tighter than my right side, so I'm not able to pull it in as far without really forcing it. Oh, oh. Keep breathing if you can. I'm going to keep breathing, but I have a dog in my face. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll go ahead and set our feet back down to the mat. And then go ahead and roll over to one side. We're going to flip it over and we're going to come into a nice flat tabletop position. We're going to warm up through the spine a little bit. And it's not where you think I'm going if you've taken my classes before. All right, so nice tabletop position here. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, and there's different levels to this next pose that we're gonna do. So again, take whatever level feels good to you. So to start, we'll just reach our left foot out. Keep your toes dialed down. You don't want them splaying out and opening up through the hip. You want to keep everything dialed down towards the mat. Spread the weight evenly in between your hands. Try not to dump all your weight into one side or the other. And maybe you stay here. If you'd like to kick it up another level, you can take your right hand, reach it forward like you're going to shake someone's hand, and just feel a nice stretch through your limbs. And you're kind of balancing the weight between this left hand and your right leg. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale. Go ahead and set it down. Again, you can kind of shake it out a little bit, see how both sides feel. And then after a beat or two, we'll go ahead and move to the other side. So again, we'll take this one step at a time. So our first step is we're going to extend our left leg out again. I don't know if you saw my toes were starting to go towards that right side. I'm going to dial that right hip down and spin those toes down towards the mat. So maybe you stay here. If you'd like to, again, lift your left arm up, just reach it straight in front of you like you're going to shake someone's hand. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, go ahead and return everything back to center. Why were you being so noisy, sir? We're doing something here. We're doing something here. Yeah. All right, go ahead and I know you can't really see it, so our hands are underneath our shoulders. We're gonna walk our hands just one handprint in front of where they were. So it's gonna be out a little bit away from us. Our hands are gonna be out a little bit away from us. Words are hard today. Okay, from here, let's tuck our toes under, take a big inhale just to prepare. And then on the exhale, go ahead and straight through the legs, shift your weight up and back. And we are in our first downward facing dog. Go ahead and just let the head go. You can shake it loose. If you want to walk your dog, you can bend one knee and then straight through the other, and then just kind of move back and forth, breathing. And once you've had enough of that, just go ahead and bring it to stillness. Really push up through the hands. Reach your heels down towards the mat. If they don't touch, that's okay. And make sure you're breathing still. Take one more big inhale together. And exhale, let it all go. On your next inhale, go ahead and look up towards your hands. We're going to make our way up towards the top of the mat. So maybe baby step your feet if your legs aren't quite warm. Get up to the top, right behind your hands. Keep a little bend in your legs here. You don't want to lock out the legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Keep your hands on your shins. And then exhale, let it go. Just forward fold. Now, if this posture is giving you a little bit of a fit in your body, this is where you can use blocks. So you can use blocks to bring that floor up to you. And you have different levels even. So don't stress if you can't reach the mat today, or maybe just your fingertips touch. After some practice and even using props, you can work your way into this pose. And maybe not. Everyone's bodies are different, so it's going to depend on a lot of different factors. But you can make the pose work for you, again, by using props, or just, if you don't come all the way down, then maybe you just keep your hands on your shins, or you can keep your fingertips on the mat. Just breathe. Another tip, if you don't have any props and you can't reach the floor, bend your knees as generously as you need to bring your hands to the mat. Now, bending your knees, you're going to feel the stretch more in the lower back. The more straight your legs are, the more you're going to feel it in your hamstrings. But work with what you got. All right, one more breath here. And on the exhale, go ahead and slowly, slowly roll it up until you're standing. Whew. Fix your hair, fix your pantaloons if you need to, fix your shirt, shake it out, get out the wiggles. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to a nice, just still standing posture. I'm going to move back a little bit so my head's not cut off. Hands can be down at your sides. Thumbs facing forward. You can look up. Maybe your hands are at your heart. Again, I'm just guiding you in this practice so you do what feels right to you in your body today. But we're just going to really ground here, really feel the floor underneath us, feel your mat. You can even, if it helps you to feel grounded, you can lift your foot up and just place it down a few times. Imagine like a cat call it making biscuits. You know, when they're getting all comfortable and you can do the same thing with your feet. So, but after you get all the moves out, if you're not already standing still, stand still for just a couple breaths and really feel that foot to earth connection. One more big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, on our next inhale, we'll reach towards the sky. On our next inhale, we'll reach towards the sky. Exhale, go ahead and float it all the way down, coming back into that forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. And breathe. Right, from here, let's step one foot back and then the other. We're coming into a strong plank pose. Plank isn't for you, drop down to your knees. You can come into a little half plank here. Otherwise, make sure in your plank or even in your half plank that your hips aren't dipping down. Make sure they're not coming up. You want a nice flat line. Really push away from the ground. Push back through the heels. Look forward and breathe. We won't be here for too long. We do have a few planks today, but don't let that scare you. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. You can even belly flop if you'd like. And take a little rest. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and set your palms just beside your rib cage. On an inhale, slowly peel your nose and forehead forward and just look forward. We're coming into a little baby cobra to warm up the upper back. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, let your forehead go ahead and kiss the mat. When you're ready, we'll come back up to a kind of tabletop position. Leave your hands where they are. Go ahead and tuck your toes under. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, we'll lift it back up into our downward facing dog. And then just hold here and breathe for a moment. One more big inhale here. Your exhale, go ahead and sigh it out. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and make sure that your left foot is firmly planted into the mat. We're going to lift our right toes up, keep those toes dialed down just like we did earlier. And then on the exhale, bend at the knee, shift forward, look forward, bringing that knee in towards your chest. We're going to step that right foot in between our palms, and then stay really strong in your core. We're going to lift up and come into a nice high lunge. So make any adjustments you need to. Your front leg, so my right leg, you want that at a 90-degree angle. And when you look down, you want to be able to see your big toe. Also, make sure that your legs aren't on the same train track. Make sure they're on parallel train tracks. That's going to help with your balance. Then from here, your hands can be on your waist, or you can reach your arms up to the sky, feeling a nice big stretch. And just breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to pivot on that foot. Do keep it turned in a little bit. We're going to shift our hips to the front of the mat and then reach our hands out to either side, drawing our shoulder blades together like you're pinching a pencil in between them, coming into a nice warrior two. Now you can look out over that right hand if you'd like. Keep breathing. When you're ready, we'll drop our left arm down towards our side. We're gonna lift our right arm up towards the ceiling and then shine our heart center up towards the ceiling as we look at that right hand coming into peaceful warrior. Keep that bend in your right knee there. That's more for me because I saw myself coming out of it. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, return back to that warrior two. From here, we're going to take our right arm and just place it on top of the right knee. Spiral your heart center up again towards the ceiling, but this time we're going to take our left arm up towards the ceiling, coming into an extended side angle version. Now, if you are a yoga expert and you practice all the time, then maybe you take the full pose, you bring that hand down, you bring that arm, the left arm overhead. You can even use a block here. But again, listen to your body. Make sure that your heart is spiraling up towards the ceiling. You don't want to collapse, and that you are still long in all of your limbs. And breathe. On your next exhale, go ahead and lower that left arm down. We're going to spiral our torso down towards the mat, pivoting again on that left foot, coming into kind of a low lunge. But we're going to place our left hand in just right on the mat, right by our right foot. And then we're going to lift our right arm up to the sky, coming into a little twist here. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll lower that hand to the mat. We're going to step our right foot back to meet our left, and we're coming back into that plank. I'll take just a few moments here to breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll lower all the way back down to the belly. Untucking the toes. Whew, that was kind of hard. We have a whole nother side to do, but that's okay. We will do it and we'll get through it and it'll be great. All right, we're gonna come back into that cobra. So if that little baby cobra felt good to you, then go ahead and on your next inhale, just rise up into it. If you'd like a little more, really push through your hands and we'll come up into our full cobra. Now, if you feel any crunchiness in your lower back, lower down a little bit. You don't have to come all the way up. And breathe. I'm still trying to catch my breath. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll lower all the way back down to the mat. Whew. All right, from here, before we get into it, we're going to transition into downward facing dog. So you can come through that tabletop sort of position and then move into downward dog, or I'm going to show you another version and you can come with me too. Either way, I will meet you in downward dog here in just a moment. All right, so if you're coming with me, we're going to inhale just to prepare. And then on our exhale, make sure your toes are tucked under. We're going to push away from the mat and we're going to come into a nice plank pose once again. Take another inhale and then exhale, shift your hips up and back, coming back into that downward facing dog. I've moved back, so I'm going to just walk myself a little forward here and breathe. And I'm actually going to turn around, otherwise my booty's going to be towards you guys for this next side. All right, so when you're ready, make sure your right heel is firmly planted into the mat. We're going to lift our left foot up again. Doesn't have to be super high. Keep your toes dialed down. Exhale, shift forward, look forward, bend that knee in towards the chest. We're going to step that left foot in between our palms. And then just prepare, really power through your core. And then we're going to come up into this high lunge on this side. So again, hands can be at the waist or they can be up overhead. Make sure your feet are positioned in a nice little stance here that works for you. Front leg should be bent at a 90-degree angle. Make sure you can see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe, push your knee out so you can see it. Sometimes it collapses in. All right, and then we'll breathe. One more big inhale here. And then on the exhale, we'll pivot our back foot to a 45-degree angle. We will take our arms out to the side and we're going to come into that nice warrior two posture. And again, you might need to adjust your stance a little bit. And breathe. Maybe look over your left fingertip. I'm moving here. It's not good. There we go. There we go. All right. We'll drop our right arm down, lifting our left arm up towards the sky, coming into that peaceful warrior. Breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll return our arms back. And then we'll take our left arm to the top of our left thigh, spiraling our heart center up towards the sky, reaching our right arm up, coming into that extended side angle. Again, you have different options here depending on what's comfortable in your body. Breathe. And then we'll, on our next exhale, go ahead and float that right hand down to the mat. Make sure it's firmly planted towards the inside of your left foot. And then we're going to twist and bring our left arm up towards the ceiling. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then on the exhale, go ahead and plant your left palm. We'll step our left foot back to meet the right, and then we're back in our plank pose. I'm going to spin back around here again. All right, breathe. One more, feel that shake, feel that tremble, and then we'll lower it all the way back down to the mat. Woo! On your next inhale, you can rise up into your version of cobra. Breathing. I'm sweating a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating. Whew. And then exhale, go ahead and lower it down. All right, we're going to transition back into our downward facing dog. So we'll tuck our toes. You can come through that tabletop position, or you can come through plank with me. I'm going to get the hair out of my mouth first, though. That's what happens. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale. I'm going to come into plank. Inhale once again, and then exhale. I'm going to shift my hips up, back, and down. Woo. And then just breathe here for a moment. Just pulling and resting. I know this doesn't probably feel like a very restorative posture, but it is. All right, from here, we're going to do a little bit more ab work. Everyone's favorite, I know. All right, so on your next, we'll take another inhale here, and then exhale, go ahead and shift back forward into your plank pose. Really push through the heels here. We'll stay here for just a couple breaths. And then from here, we're going to come on the outside edge of our right foot, the inside edge of our left foot, and we're going to come into a side plank. Now maybe side plank is not for you. Lower down onto that right foot, or I'm sorry, right shin, and you can do the same thing. Or you can bring your left foot in and come into kind of like a kickstand here. Or maybe you just have your feet stacked one in front of the other. Maybe you want to stack your feet Or maybe you want to be a show off and you can grab your toe and lift it up. Do you. Breathe. One more breath here. And then we'll come back to center, to our center plank here. We have to do the other side. So we're going to come onto the outer edge of our left foot this time. Inner arch of our right foot. Bring that right hand up towards the ceiling, and then you take the side plank pose that works best for you. Just make sure you're breathing wherever you're at. One more breath here. And then exhale, we'll return our left hand to the mat. We'll come back through that plank. And then from here, go ahead and lower onto the belly. Whew! It sounded like a good idea when I wrote this. I'm sorry. On your next inhale, come up into your version of cobra. Breathe. I'm really sweating. One more inhale here. And then let it go. Whew. Okay, we're going to come into a down dog now. So again, you can come through tabletop or you can come through plank. Another plank, I know. If you come through plank, this is the last one. We're done with the planks after this. All right. I'm going to inhale to prepare, bend my toes under. Then on an exhale, I'm going to push through the hands, coming up to a plank. Inhale once again, and then exhale, coming back into my downward facing dog. We'll stay for just a few breaths. One more big inhale here. And then after your next exhale, go ahead and look up towards your hands. Again, we're going to make our way back up to the top of the mat. So if you want to jump up to the top, you can. If you, again, want to take some baby steps with me, you can. We're going to make our way back into our forward fold. So inhale, once again, come up halfway flat back. Exhale, let it go. Breathe for a moment. All right, and then after your next exhale, go ahead and really generously bend your knees. Really bend the knees. I have one more little kind of butt kicker pose here for you. On an inhale, we'll come up. Make sure that your tailbone is lengthened down so you don't want to be sticking it out. Bend it under. My hair is everywhere. And then we're going to reach our arms up kind of at an angle. So we're coming into a little chair pose. So imagine that you are at a concert or a sporting event. It's football season. You don't want to sit on the toilet. This is a great posture for that. You can practice hovering and breathe. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. This is a really good strengthening pose. One more big inhale. And then on the exhale, we'll return back to our forward fold. Straighten the legs. Let your head fall down. And breathe. Ooh. That was fun. I'm sure no one else thinks it was that fun. All right, we're going to transition back down to the mat. So if you're able to, really bend at your knees. Lift your heels up off the mat and then just start coming down into like a little ball here. And then from here you can place one hand behind you and then the other, and then you can find your seat. Whew! That got my hair all over the place. If I show up and my hair's tied up, then you should know it's probably an active practice. I haven't done one of these in a while. All right, let's straighten back out through our legs. So bring your legs just out in front of you. Hands can come down at your sides, and then just kind of press yourself up from the mat. Keep your back nice and straight. You might have a little bit of bend in your arms depending on how long they are, but this is we're just coming into a staff pose. So lengthening through our backs, lengthening through our hamstrings. Make sure your toes aren't just like everywhere. Make sure they're nice and flexed. Breathe. One more breath here. And then exhale, let it go. Now this next pose, you may want a strap. You don't necessarily need one. It's going to be up to you. If you don't have a strap, again, you can use like a tie or a belt or a rope, anything you have around. But we're going to come into a seated forward fold. So you can use it to loop your toes if you'd like, to lift yourself closer to them. Or if you don't have anything like that available, we'll walk through it and you'll have some different options. All right, so we're going to inhale. Go ahead and bend your knees a little bit to start. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, go ahead and reach towards your toes. If you don't reach your toes, that's okay. Maybe just grab your pant leg. You can grab behind your legs, behind your calves, whatever feels good to you. So seated forward fold. And then maybe you straighten one leg and then the other and you come forward a little bit more. Again, go to where it feels comfortable to you. If you can only come here today, that's okay. If you're here, that's okay too. Do what works for you. You're going to know it. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings. So don't try and force yourself into a certain shape just because I'm doing it. Or if you're practicing with someone, or if you're practicing in a live class and you're seeing other people, don't try to force yourself into a posture that your body is not necessarily ready for. Or maybe it just doesn't work in your body. You might have had an injury. Everyone's built a little bit differently. So it could be several factors. And don't beat yourself up if you can't bring your knees or your nose to your knees in this pose. All right, after your next exhale, go ahead and roll it up. We are going to transition onto our back. You're done. We're going into our final resting posture. So that was a little bit of a crazy flow. If you made it this far, congratulations for sticking with it. It was definitely a tough one. I'm got a little sweat going on here, but we're going to transition onto our backs. This is also where you can use props. So if you like to use like a bolster behind your legs or a blanket to cover up with if you're a little chilly, you can do that. Otherwise, we'll just come onto our back. Make sure your feet are as wide as your mat. Just let your toes fall out. Let your hands spill off your mat. Take up space. If it feels safe to you, you can close down the eyes. If it doesn't, just soften your gaze and then just breathe. This is our final relaxation pose, the corpse pose. And feel the benefits of the practice just marinate in your body. If you're sweaty too, then trust me, you're not alone. I'm going to go quiet here for a moment, so go ahead and take this opportunity to rest. I will bring you out of this posture in just a moment. So the card I pulled for today's practice is Hummingbird Spirit. And the message is that nectar is everywhere, but Hummingbird Spirit is here to remind you that flying from flower to flower and being all over the place wastes precious energy. Be still. Be here, now, in the present moment, enjoying the sweetness and sustenance available to you. Focus on one flower today, just one. Nectar is there for you, and Hummingbird Spirit messages that wherever you put your attention, there your energy flows. Are you focused on the sweetness or on finding something better somewhere else? Always yearning and feeling that life is not enough and you are not enough? All you seek is right here, right now. Appreciate the present, and you will see that you are where you need to be and enjoying what you are entitled to enjoy in this timeless and perfect moment. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, then go ahead and stay as long as time allows you. If you need to return to the rest of your day, then slowly start to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. When you're ready, you can place both feet just firmly on the mat, keeping the knees bent. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll over to your favorite side, coming into a little fetal position. And then just stay there for a moment and breathe. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself up to a comfortable seat, bringing your head and neck up last. And then whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes to the world around you. And then if you want to take a look, Fritz is also in Shavasana. All right. Well, good job. That was not an easy flow today, so applaud yourself if you made it through that. And if not, you can keep coming back to this practice and just try again. It's a practice. So this is the free October practice. Every week on Patreon, under the same Shine On Yoga name, I do release another video. Or I release videos every week, I should say. So if you're interested in more, definitely go and check that out. The link for that is in my bio. And actually, I'll put it in the description also here. It's $15 a month. You get full access to all of my videos, and I have quite a few on there now. It's a big growing library, so there's more and more, and all different types and times and styles. So if you're looking for a more restful one, I have those on there. I have other ones that are a little bit more active like this one. So I have all different ones. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. If you know anyone that would benefit from this practice, go ahead and share this video with them. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It helps get this video out to others that may also like it. And if there's anything that you'd like to see or work on or practice, put it in the comments. I read the comments, I see those, and then I can incorporate those into future practices. But thank you so much again for your time and your energy and for sharing your practice with me. I will have a new video out next week on Patreon. If I don't see you there, then I will see you next month for the free November practice. Everyone have a great week. Be safe. Namaste.